A New Day Begun takes us on a 250-year-old journey. It opens with Beyonce at Coachella. From slavery to now, and how this song has captured, the essence, of who we are. And one of my favorite lines, and that's where the title comes from, facing the rising sun of our new day begun.
Facing the rising sun of our new day begun.
When I started the film, I said, okay, this was 1900. What was a new day? And as I learned more about it, it was a time when Black people were building towns and going to universities and really thriving in this country. So that lyric really kind of gives us, the kind of vision, that we have in the wake of tragedy. For example, in 1919, the NAACP adopted the song as their song, and that was Red Summer. Red Summer was a time when there was this incredible racial violence against Black people across the country. Towns and neighborhoods and cities, Black people's property was being destroyed, life was being destroyed. It was a real turbulent time. And in times like that, it really requires the vision and the discipline and the motivation to keep going. And that's what this song does. It makes you, keep going, march on.
Let us march on.
Let us march on.
Till victory.
Till victory is won.
Is won.
And that's our story. The intention was to tell the story of a song that was so important to me and so many African Americans growing up. I knew the song, I sung it, at church events, I sung it at school events. It was something that always instilled a lot of pride in me, but I didn't know the story of the Black National Anthem. So I went in to explore that. Lift Every Voice and Sing was created at the turn of the 20th century, 1900, by James Weldon Johnson. And he originally wrote it as a poem for an anniversary of Lincoln's birthday. It wasn't called the Black National Anthem. It was actually copyrighted as the national hymn. Lift Every Voice and Sing was being called the Negro National Anthem as early as 1912. Right now, Lift Every Voice and Sing is 126 years old, but it really tells a 250-year-old story, our story, which is a purely American story. There's an incredible clip there with James Brown, who sung the national anthem at the fight Muhammad Ali, Chuck Wepner. And that was the fight for the Great White Hope.
Oh, say can the Star-Spangled.
So he was asked to sing the national anthem. In the middle of singing the national anthem, he breaks out in a verse of Lift Every Voice and Sing.
We want to be free. We got to be free. Everybody say free. 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 Lift every voice and sing till every heaven ring.
And again, we all knew what it is. It's just this moment that just gives you pride and just says, yes, he's doing what he needs to do to really recognize, who we are to world audiences. And I think that those kinds of moments are things that, inspire us, it motivates us, it makes us feel good about ourselves. When Barack Obama was inaugurated, the first Black president of the United States, Reverend Lowery actually recited the third verse of Lift Every Voice and Sing in his benediction.
God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far along the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee, lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadowed beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand, true to Thee, O God, and true to our native land.
Again, it was a case where, we heard the words and we knew the words, but, mainstream didn't know what was going on. It was just a beautiful recitation that was happening that told a beautiful story of inspiration. And that's what it is about Lift Every Voice and Sing. Anyone could pick up that song and be motivated by it, because anyone with a dream, anyone who had to confront adversity or a challenge can use this song as a source of inspiration and motivation. Lift Every Voice and Sing became mainstream, for a series of events. Colin Kaepernick taking the knee.
I mean, people are dying in vain because this country isn't holding their end of the bargain up as far as, giving freedom and justice and liberty to everybody. It's something that's not happening.
George Floyd. And there was this kind of reckoning that was happening across the country. And they used Lift Every Voice and Sing as pregame song. I end the film with the performance of Lift Every Voice and Sing in New Orleans at the Super Bowl. So all of the controversy around it by conservative groups, we only have one national anthem. How could they do this? It's not patriotic. It's just the opposite. It is incredibly patriotic. And actually, Lift Every Voice and Sing was around and people singing it before the national anthem became the national anthem in 1931. I intended to end the film with the Howard University Choir singing Lift Every Voice and Sing on election night when Kamala Harris was going to be the first woman of color president of the United States. But I had to change course, because that didn't happen. So where are we in the trajectory of this song? Is it a new day begun? Is it the days of our silent tears and weary years? It's only the road we trod. But one thing for sure is that we continue to march on until victory's won.